Hi, my name is Jean, and welcome to Course Crash. Today we're going to be talking about industrialized...
Mrs. Jean, it's going to be on the test, because if not, then why are we learning this?
Well, me from the past, everything's going to be on the test, because after all, this is history. Dumbass. The first industrial revolution was characterized by a series of small inventions and short economic bursts. Work routines were intensified, with people beginning to work in factories as opposed to on farms. For example, cotton production became very important in the 1850s. About 80% of cotton was produced by Britain with the use of the cotton gin. However, workers felt they were not getting paid enough and decided to rebel against their administrators. They also felt cotton picking was dehumanizing because workers felt they were becoming machines, like in factories. Many inventions that were created in Europe spread across the world, including waterways and canals. Improved agrarian techniques and new technologies boomed. The success allowed for all kinds of things, like more skittily pooping.
How intimate.
Leading to an increase in populations. And now time for an open letter.
Oh, how intimate.
An open letter to George Stephenson. But first, let's see what's inside the secret compartment.
This isn't what we were looking for.
Oh look, a miniature toy train. Dear George Stephenson, you were known as the father of the railroads, and you created the first public intercity railway line. So I guess you could say that your research is pretty on track. You had a pretty good life, in fact. People came from around all over to listen to your advice on how to build safe trains because, well, before your invention of the minor safety lamp, trains had an unfortunate habit of blowing up. Anyway, I'll end this letter before I lose my train of thought. Best wishes, Jean. In the 1860s, Japanese rulers attempted to transition the country as a modern form of political organization that derived legitimacy from its inhabitants, often referred to as citizens, as opposed to the previous Tokugawa shogunate. These people, in theory, if not always in practice, shared a common language, culture, and history. Unfair treaties on the part of the Europeans caused young reformers to make a change in government. The Meiji Restoration prompted the opening of new schools, issued propaganda, and revamping the army. A huge economic transformation that occurred was improved agrarian techniques and new technology. Oh, what was that? I guess it's time for a thought bubble. At the beginning of the 19th century, the world's balance of power was not yet fixed, and no one was quite sure who was going to become the leader of the world's economy. Europe happened to have an easy way to get to coal, which became an integral part of industrializing their economy and transportation systems. With the new innovations in transportation, trade was in the European people's favors as goods were being transported through steamboats and trains to almost all of the world. Other attempts to industrialize include the self-strengthening movement of China, in which arsenals, shipyards, coal mines, and a steamship company to contest the foreign domination of coastal shipping. This reform was influential, but not as intense as European industrialization or the Meiji Restoration. I'm your mildly attractive host, Jean, and I'm honored to welcome a new segment called Wheel of Industrialization. It's a lighthearted, family-friendly game involving horrors of social, economic, and political events that shaped our world today. Let me introduce our affluent prizes. 10 pounds of coal, 2 wage workers, 2 slaves, and 5 pounds of opium. Let's welcome our lovely guest, Susan B. Anthony.
I'm Susan B. Anthony, and I'm the face of American currency.
Karl Marx,
And I'm here to free the proletariat.
and some slave enthusiasts from the South.
I'm here to make money and oppress black people.
This is a game show where I ask some questions, and this wonderful group of guests will attempt to answer them. Should the contestants answer the questions correctly, they will win the corresponding prize depending on the difficulty of the question. Let's start with our first contestant, Susan B. Anthony. Please select a category.
I will take adventures for 10 that lives in coal.
Excellent. Your question is, Who invented the light bulb?
Thomas Edison?
Correct. Although the research that led to the invention of the light bulb is attributed to many people, most experts agree that the actual invention was created by Thomas Edison. And now we interrupt this segment to broadcast a message from our sponsors, the USSR. Take it away, boys!
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Are you tired of being tired? Because if you are, then you should try communism. And if you don't, well then, you have no class.
Contact Vladimir Lenin with the number down below for more details and the chance to get free trampoline.
Side effects may include an unused mass of nuclear weapons, distressingly high unemployment rates, oppression of opposing political views, and costly conflicts.
Karl Marx, you sly dog. You may choose your category in question.
I'll take events with 2 wage workers.
This next question is a true or false. Imperialism was a political process in which a group of people who shared a common culture, language, and history are unified in a defined territory under a single government.
My answer is false.
That is correct. Imperialism is a policy of extending a country's power and influence through diplomacy or military force. And now, sir, select your question.
I choose technology for 3 slaves.
Very well. Here's your question. How did technological advancements help industrialization?
Well, ain't that question a doozy? I think it didn't help because we got rid of slaves, and slaves are really good, and that's a no goodie in my book, and I want black people to work for me.
I'm having an out-of-world experience. Are we done? Alright, that concludes this game show and also this episode of Course Crash.
Oh no, there's blood everywhere. Oh god. He's eating him up. Oh no, there's blood all over the place. Oh, he's a monster. He's eating him. Oh no. He's gone. What a tragedy.
Katie. Shut up, Katie.
Shut up, Katie.
Okay, Katie.
I'm sorry, Katie.
It took forever, Katie.
Oh my god, Katie.
Katie!
Do you want to be right? Alright.
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 Alright. Alright.
Alright.
Alright. Alright.
Alright, Tuesday.
You're in heaven.
Alright. Alright.
Nay.
Alright. Just add that in there, I guess. Okay. Is it going? Oh, is it going?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Oh, is it already going? Is it going?
Yeah.
Oh, is it going? Is it going? Cotton picking. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we're going right now. Oh. Fuck.
Heaven.
Some slave enthusiasts from the South. There's someone watching us.
I'm Karl Marx.
I can't do this. I can't.
Behind the scenes.
I don't even know.
Well, ain't that question a doozy? I think it.
So, what's your name?
I'm Grandjean's alter ego, John Green.
How's it going?
Didn't see you there. Just